Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. So let's thank our members, Overlanding 11B, Cots, and Crazy Bull. Thank you for being the full crew members. Thank you all the Fox Band members and all the Fish Band members, and subscribe to see more. So today we're going to test a little bit on the survivability of the Su-25 and compare it to the A-10. A lot of people talk about how strong this aircraft is taking hits and how superior it is to the A10, and now we are going to put that to the test. So yeah, we are just flying around in a custom match against LAVAD. So it has the Stingers, which are not obviously the best missile ever. Obviously, as you see here, a Tunguska missile would just destroy this aircraft completely. Obviously it's a bigger missile, but I wanted to bring the Stinger just to have a middle ground between that, and to compare to each other with one aircraft having a chance. Because if I did add just the Tunguska missile, for example, for the A-10 and the Su-25, I mean, it would explode both of the aircraft, and there's no point in making the video, right? So yeah, and we are testing out with the 20mm as well. Okay, so yeah, this Su-25 is strong. As you see, it took a Stinger missile like it was kind of nothing, and that's the main thing. It's not that the aircraft is invulnerable to these type of missiles. It will die for it, but it sometimes can take a hit, and normally the main part is that the main take that you can take from this is that the engine just stays like fine, you know. Here's an example that I died because especially the wing was just completely ripped off. Um, but yeah, it's an aircraft that has a lot of armor. As you see here, I put out the fire and it was fine. I mean, if I didn't lose the wing, I would probably be fine with it. And here we have another example, and it was just, yeah, it is clear that the Su-25 can take a hit. The missiles, as I said, depends on the missile. Small missiles like an R-60, for example, a Stinger, an Igla, missiles like that, it can take a hit and be okay, but sometimes it will die anyway. As you see here, directly 6 o'clock hit, and the engine was fine. So yeah, the engines are very, very good in this aircraft. So yeah, but you have to be careful with the heat that it produces. It produces a lot of heat with these two engines. I mean, it's basically the MiG-21 engine, the R-13 without the afterburners. So it's a very hot engine. So for a hit missile, you have to be careful, you know. And yeah, it's something that I think a lot of people know about now, because even though, I mean, normally the missiles will kill this aircraft with one shot, the main idea behind the armor of this aircraft is to actually take hits from guns, you know. That's the main idea. Obviously, it was made to take some hits from Stingers and stuff like that and continue flying, but the main objective was always 20 to 23mm guns that it would just take the hit and be kind of fine with it, you know. Obviously, 30mm will be devastating against this aircraft, but as you're going to see, the 20mm soon, you know, the 20mm is it kind of have a difficult to it's kind of difficult to actually shoot down this aircraft, and especially in air-to-air combat. If you played against this aircraft, you will see that it's hard sometimes to actually just hit the target and just it doesn't die, basically, you know. Another hit here. So as you see, the engines are fine. The aircraft is black, as you see on the fuselage there, but it's fine. You can go to the airport and land, or even continue to attack. I think obviously you would need to just drop your jettison your weapons and stuff like that to just be sure that you would stay alive, you know. But something that you really need to consider, that this aircraft is a tough aircraft to shoot down. And now we're going to test a bit on the cannon as well. Because as you're going to see, I mean, normally it's just hits, hits, hits. And as I said, especially in aircraft that has 20mm or 50 cals, and it's facing a lot of those aircraft because of its BR. I mean, it really needs a new BR of 10.0, I think, just like the A10 is getting one. But yeah, it can take a hit even. I mean, if you are flying a 9.0, for example, 9.3, it's really difficult to actually destroy this aircraft. The only gun that it's actually alright to destroy it, it's 30 millimeters upwards, but normally just 30 millimeters that you face in this BR. But it is just kind of hard even, you know, with the Sagittario that I was flying the other day. It was not a very easy thing to do. So, yeah, as you see here, the Stinger missiles are just, they're kind of bad, you know. They only pull like 10 Gs, I think. But then he started to use the cannon. Let's wait until we see that. But yeah, it's a beautiful aircraft, isn't it? Especially this camo. So, yeah. Yeah, see? Just got a hit. I mean, a 20 millimeter hit, and it's fine. And you get hits and hits and hits and hits, and for him it was just hits and hits and hits. Nothing critical. The aircraft is fine. I mean, you are taking damage, obviously. And as you see, the pilot, it is red, but still, everything's fine, actually. You can... I mean, I'm barely making it alive here, but I'm putting into the limits of the aircraft still. But you could just go for the base and just stay alive. So, it's something that you don't see too much in other aircraft, especially in the A10. As you see, finally I died, and then we are testing out with the A10 here. So first of all, we are using the Stinger to shoot at, just to make sure that it can just to make sure that we test that if he can try to just survive a Stinger hit. As I said, it's one of the smaller missiles that we have, so it is a good test. And yeah, just completely destroyed. We tested multiple times this, and it doesn't change anything. It really is completely different. The A10 is so weak that it's not even funny compared to the Su-25. And to be honest, most aircraft, you know, it's I mean, the aircraft exploded there. I mean, yeah, and it's not something like, oh, the A10 is weak. No, all the aircraft are like that in the game. It's just that the Su-25 is a very, very, very tough aircraft to just destroy, you know. So if you are hitting in the aircraft and stuff like that, and it's not going down, and just a crit and nothing happens, just be okay, alright? Because yeah, as you see, the cannon, one hit and the aircraft is already dead. It's just the way that the aircraft was designed. Okay, the Su-25 is designed for that. It is designed to be a powerful and that it could take hits. We have many pictures of that happening in real life, you know, especially in a certain war happening right now. So yeah, it's an aircraft that was made for that, you know. That's one of the reasons that I always love the Su-25 more than the A10. It's just that it can take a punch and it doesn't go down. Obviously it's not invulnerable, but still it's a very tough nut to crack. But yeah, this was it, guys. We tried everything to make the A10 hold its ground, but it just cannot. So I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one. So bye, guys. See ya.